welcome to Live Interactive English. I'm Matt.
And I'm Sam.
Today we are looking at a story called Alibaba and the 40 Thieves.
This is something that I feel like I've heard of it, I've seen it in different kind of more modern TV shows or movies or things like that, but I'm not sure if I've ever actually read the original story or know much about the actual original story.
Yeah, I'm also familiar with the name Alibaba. You know, there's a big website, a big company called Alibaba. But yeah, I'm not very familiar with the story itself and where this name comes from exactly.
Yes. I also remember, I do know there's another thing that's very famous from this that maybe you guys also know about or have heard, but it's the magic words, open sesame.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, and so as a kid, I know I'd seen it in different TV shows. It was always kind of the word that people use to try to open something or make a door open or unlock something like that. And I always just thought it was kind of a fun phrase and just kind of silly. I didn't know it actually has a very old origin.
Yeah, I also remember that phrase and being very popular. When a door was locked and you wanted it to open, you would shout "Open Sesame" at it until your mom or dad opened that door for you.
Yes, I would guess that nowadays maybe the more common one is something from Harry Potter, since that's slightly newer. But again, when I was a kid, this really was a big thing. This phrase I knew it and knew of it and heard it often. No idea where it had come from, just it was in everybody's mind though.
All right, well, today we are going to learn about the story, where this phrase came from, and about Alibaba. So, should we open our story?
I think so. Let's try it. Ready?
Open Sesame!
Alibaba was a hard-working but poor woodcutter. One day, while he was gathering wood in the forest, he spotted a group of 40 thieves approaching in the distance. He quickly climbed a tree to hide and watch. The leader stepped up to a large rock and called out,
"Open Sesame!"
A door appeared in the rock. The men filed inside and the door closed behind them. When the coast was clear, Alibaba climbed down and tried the words himself. The door opened, and inside the cave he found gold, jewels, and silk. He took only a modest amount and quietly made his way home.
Hello there. Today we are reading Alibaba and the 40 Thieves. So let's begin our story. Alibaba was a hardworking but poor woodcutter. One day, while he was gathering wood in the forest, he spotted a group of 40 thieves approaching in the distance.
Ooh, that would not be something fun to see. I think I would be quite scared. Continuing on, it says he quickly climbed a tree to hide and watch. The leader stepped up to a large rock and called out, "Open Sesame!" Ah, okay.
There it is. There's the phrase, the magic phrase. So let's see what happened. A door appeared in the rock. The men filed inside and the door closed behind them.
Okay, so just like a lot of old stories, there's a little bit of magic sprinkled in here because could this rock really open? No, and not just that it opened, a door opened inside of the rock. But it's kind of interesting and kind of a good setup to like, where are they going? What are they doing?
You don't believe in magic, that magic can happen sometimes?
Well, the next time I find a big rock, I'll try to say "Open Sesame" and see what happens.
Okay, now let's go to Hanny.
Hello， 大家好，我是 Hanny。这次要读的故事是《阿里巴巴与40大盗》。阿里巴巴是个勤劳却贫穷的樵夫。有一天，他在森林里面收集木材时，看到远方有一群40名盗贼正向他靠近。他爬到树上躲起来观察，看到盗贼首领走到一块大石头前面，就喊 "Open Sesame"， 芝麻开门。那石头里就出现一扇门，所有人都走进去，门就关上了。 好，这边一个重点是 spot somebody or something 加上 VING 表示看见某人或某事物正在怎么样。spot 在这边表示看见或注意到。例如 We spotted a squirrel jumping from branch to branch. 我们看见一只松鼠正在树枝上跳来跳去。接华课文中。
All right, continuing on, we read, when the coast was clear, and this phrase, the coast was clear, that basically means when everything around you is safe, there's nobody watching, so he can go and he won't be caught by these 40 thieves. So it says again, when the coast was clear, Ali Baba climbed down and tried the words himself. The door opened, and inside the cave, he found gold, jewels, and silk. Okay. This kind of sounds a little bit like a kind of famous Disney story. There is a cave in a very famous Disney story that's also kind of set in this era that you might be thinking of. But again, this is the original form of that story.
All right, so they're finding these things in a cave. So a cave is a large hollow space either in a rock face or underground. It's usually made naturally by natural processes. And you might think of, when you think of a bear sleeping in the winter, usually you'll think that the bear finds a nice cave to sleep in. So an example sentence, Jack was afraid to enter the dark cave alone.
I don't blame him. I would also not want to do that. We also had this word jewel, and jewel is just a noun, and that just means any kind of precious stone that has been cut and shaped, or a gem. So there are many different kinds of gems. You can have rubies, you can have sapphires, you can have diamonds. All of those would be considered jewels, especially back in the day. A lot of times they could have turned this into jewelry. You might have put a beautiful gemstone in a bracelet or a necklace and turn it into jewelry. But if you just have the jewels, then you just have those pretty gems that you can use for buying things or selling things like that. So example sentence is, the queen had many beautiful and rare jewels.
So they also found silk in the cave. So silk is a fabric. It's a very expensive and fancy fabric, and it's actually made from fibers that are produced by the larvae of insects. So it's made by little worms, made by worms, and they produce these strands which are woven into this material, which you might often see if you ever wear a tie. Most ties are made of silk, and so are many scarves. So we have an example sentence. This scarf is made from high quality silk. Okay, so all of these things that they found in the cave are very valuable. They're worth a lot of money, so it sounds like the cave is pretty much full of treasure. All right, continuing on, he took only a modest amount and quietly made his way home.
Okay, so he could have gone in and cleaned out the whole place, but instead he just takes a little bit, maybe just a little bit of what he needed and left the rest alone.
All right, let's go to Hanny.
在确认四下无人、情况安全后，阿里巴巴爬下树，就亲自念了那一句咒语，门真的打开了。他在洞里面发现黄金、珠宝还有丝绸，他只拿了适量的财物，就悄悄回家。好，单字 cave 名词表示洞穴、山洞，那么 jewel 这个名词表示珠宝、宝石。当这个意思解释时，常用复数型。Sam 老师在解释时有提到 gem， 这也可以指宝石，还有提到 ruby 是红宝石 ，sapphire 是蓝宝石。下一个单字 silk 这个名词，它表示丝绸、丝线或是丝制品。Matt 老师在解释单字时提到 fabric 这个字可以表达织物或是布料，还有提到 fiber 那就是纤维的意思。老师在讲到这个制作丝的时候有提到 larva 是指幼虫、昆虫幼体。那我们接回课文中。
Okay, so we kind of have a little bit of a setup to this story. We know that there is a hideout with jewels, and we know that our Alibaba, our woodcutter, he has found the way to get in and has taken a little bit. So let's go ahead and get to the second part of this article and see what else is going to happen.
His brother Qasim soon found out and insisted on going to the cave himself. Ali Baba warned him to be careful, but Qasim was too greedy to listen. He entered the cave without trouble, yet in his excitement, he completely forgot the magic words to get back out. When the thieves returned and saw him inside, they killed him as a warning to anyone else who might dare enter their secret spot.
All right, we are back. So just before the break, we found out that Ali Baba had found his way into this magical cave, and he had found treasure there. And he took some of those valuable things, some of that silk and gold, but not very much. He just took a modest amount. All right, now continuing on with the story, his brother Qasim soon found out and insisted on going to the cave himself.
Okay. I already have a feeling that maybe Qasim doesn't have the best interests in mind because it says he insisted to go. He was really wanted to go and he wanted Ali Baba to show him where to go. And continuing on, we read, Ali Baba warned him to be careful, but Qasim was too greedy to listen. So he wasn't probably going in there to just take a little handful. It sounds like he was pretty greedy. Well, Ali Baba warned him. This verb, to warn somebody, means to basically give them some kind of signal or sign that something bad could happen. So kind of let them know or let somebody know that something bad is coming or could happen or to be careful. So you might put up warning signs if ahead is something dangerous. You might put up warning signs if maybe in the area there's a big typhoon coming. You might have a warning signal for a typhoon, anything like that. So an example sentence is, the sign warned about the dangerous road ahead. And we see a lot of those when we drive. They might have those kind of like wiggly lines or like a hairpin turn to let you know that the road ahead is not so safe.
So Qasim was too greedy to listen to this warning. So if someone is greedy, it means that they want everything for themselves and they don't want to share anything with others. And often if someone is greedy also, they want to have everything. They want to be very rich. They want to have all of the things that everyone else wants all to themselves. So an example sentence, don't be greedy, leave some food for others.
Yes, and a lot of times if people are greedy, they want more than they need. It's like, okay, well, you could eat till this much, but if you're going to keep eating, then now that's just being greedy and trying to take from other people. So definitely has a negative feeling to this word.
Okay, now let's go to Hanny.
阿里巴巴的哥哥知道这件事之后，坚持要自己前往洞穴。阿里巴巴警告他要小心行事，但是他贪念太深，根本听不进去。单字 warn 动词，它表示警告、提醒、告诫。例句提到路况警告标志，那么 Sam 老师就提到这个弯曲的路线，还有提到发夹弯。老师说的 wiggly 就可以形容弯曲的，还有 hairpin turn 就是发夹弯，道路的急转弯。再来 greedy 是形容贪心的、贪婪的。这边一个重点是 too too 加上形容词或副词，再加不定词 to be， 可以表达太怎么样而不能怎么样。这个句型它带有否定含义。那不定词 to be 的前面也可以加入 for somebody or something， 去指出对谁、对什么而言太怎么样了。像是 the job offer was too good for him to refuse， 那个工作机会对他来说太好了，好到无法拒绝。那这话课文中。
All right, now we are back. So Qasim has just been saying that he wants to go to the cave. He's insisting that Ali Baba let him go and get some money or gold from this cave. So continuing with our story, he entered the cave without trouble. Yet in his excitement, he completely forgot the magic words to get back out.
Ooh, okay. He must have been very excited because the words are not that complicated.
No, I mean, well, now everyone knows them. So.
Yes. Well, okay. Unfortunately for him, he can't get back out, and that's probably not a good thing when you're hiding and stealing from a bunch of thieves. So, continuing on, it says, when the thieves returned and saw him inside, They killed him as a warning to anyone else who might dare enter their secret spot. So they didn't want him to steal from them, and also they wanted to make sure that nobody would dare go in and try to take any of their jewels and gold and silk and all that kind of stuff.
All right. Well, now it's time to go to Hanny.
阿里巴巴的哥哥顺利进入洞穴，但是因为太兴奋，把出去的咒语忘得一干二净。当盗贼返回，就发现他在洞里，把他杀死掉，借此要警告任何敢闯入他们秘密基地的人。那这边用到2个重点，第一个是关系代名词 who 用来引导形容词子句去修饰或补充说明指称人的先行词。这边介绍2种用法。第一个是限定用法，这时候先行词通常是不明确或泛指的人，我们必须透过形容词子句加以限定，缩小它指涉的范围。这时候 who 的前面不加逗号。例如 ，The guy who works at the local library is our neighbor。在当地图书馆工作的那名男子是我们的邻居。如果我们省略掉子句变成 The guy is our neighbor，句意就不完整，可能会产生歧义，不知道在讲哪一个人。那么第2个介绍非限定用法，它的先行词呢多半是专有名词或者是已经明确指称的人，形容词子句只是要做补充说明来提供额外的资讯，这时候 who 的前面要加逗号。例如 Their uncle, who is a good cook and has a good sense of humor,lives next door. 他们的叔叔住在隔壁，他很会煮菜，又很有幽默感。我们这边如果省略子句变成 Their uncle lives next door， 这样的句意还是完整的。再来看第2个重点是 dare， 它表示胆敢。我们来看它的词性跟用法。首先，当助动词的话，后面是接原形动词，常用在否定句或是疑问句。例如 They dare not take the risk。他们不敢冒这个险。再来，它可以当一般动词，后面是接 to 加原形动词。例如 Nobody dared to tell her the truth， 没有人敢告诉她真相。注意一下，我们要表达不敢怎么样，你可以用 dare not 加原形动词，或者是 don't dare 或是 don't dare to 加上原形动词。可是呢，不能说成 dare not to 加原形动词。那我们接回课文中。
All right, thanks, Hanny. So now we've got a start on this story. We've met our main character, Alibaba, and found out that he's, not too greedy. He's found all this gold in the magic cave, and yet he only took a small amount. However, his greedy brother was too greedy, and as a result, he has now been killed. So we're gonna have to wait until next time to find out where the rest of this story is going, and we will see you then. Bye.
Alibaba was a hard-working but poor woodcutter. One day, while he was gathering wood in the forest, he spotted a group of 40 thieves approaching in the distance. He quickly climbed a tree to hide and watch. The leader stepped up to a large rock and called out,
Open sesame!
A door appeared in the rock. The men filed inside, and the door closed behind them. When the coast was clear, Alibaba climbed down and tried the words himself. The door opened, and inside the cave he found gold, jewels, and silk. He took only a modest amount and quietly made his way home. His brother Qasim soon found out and insisted on going to the cave himself. Alibaba warned him to be careful, but Qasim was too greedy to listen. He entered the cave without trouble, yet in his excitement, he completely forgot the magic words to get back out. When the thieves returned and saw him inside, they killed him as a warning to anyone else who might dare enter their secret spot.
最后，我们来复习今天课文里的单字文法。单字的部分有 cave 名词表示洞穴、山洞 ，jewel 名词表示珠宝、宝石 ，silk 也是名词，是指丝绸、丝线、丝制品。 warn 动词表示警告、提醒、告诫 ，greedy 是形容贪心的、贪婪的。文法的部分，第一个学到 spot somebody or something 加上动词 ing 表示看见某人或某事物正在怎么样。第二个学到 too 加上形容词或副词，再加 to v 是表达太怎么样而不能怎么样。第三个学到关系代名词 who 用来引导形容词子句，是去修饰或补充说明指称人的先行词。那第四个学到 dare 表示胆敢的词性跟用法，它当助动词后面接原形动词，它当一般动词的话后面就是接 to v。那以上是这个讲解，同学别走开，马上回来哦。
Welcome to Which One Fits, the game where we tackle confusing English words.
I'm ready to jump in.
Today, we're going to sort out the difference between certificate and license.
But before we dive in, let's go over how the game works.
In Which One Fits, we'll read a sentence with a blank, and you have to choose between certificate and license.
So, join us and challenge your English intuition.
All right, first up, you need a blank to legally drive a car. Which one fits?
That's license.
Correct. A license is an official document that gives you legal permission to do something. Next one, she received a blank after graduating from business school. Which one fits?
I think that's certificate.
Correct again. A certificate is written proof of completing or participating in something.
Great. I'm getting better at this.
All right, time for a breakdown.
First, certificate is a noun that refers to a formal document proving a fact, achievement, or qualification. For example, he finally earned his teaching certificate after passing the final assessment.
It is usually linked to education or training and is often optional, used to boost a resume or demonstrate expertise.
Now, license is also a noun, but it refers to an official document that grants legal permission to carry out a specific activity. For example, a business license is required to run any store in this area.
It is usually issued by a government agency and is mandatory by law.
Here's a simple way to remember. A certificate shows what you've done, while a license lets you do something.
Exactly. It's clear once you understand the difference.
And yes, you can use both in the same sentence. She received a certificate for completing the course and then applied for a license to work professionally in the field.
So, a certificate is about proof, and a license is about permission.
Right. Now you'll never mix them up again.
Until next time, keep exploring. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.